The following broadcast is a copyrighted production of 412 Communications. Any non-personal retransmission of this broadcast without the express written consent of 412 Communications is hereby prohibited.
Hi, friends, and a most pleasant good evening to you wherever you may be. Welcome inside Fred Rust Arena. Welcome to the Delaware Hockey Network, and welcome home to the University of Delaware Blue Hens men's Division II team as they host the Rider University Broncs in the second half of this true home and home. Delaware victorious 7-2 over Rider yesterday at Flemington Arena in New Jersey, looking to complete a sweep of the weekend right here against their longtime Mid-Atlantic Collegiate Hockey Conference and now ACCHL rival from the Garden State. James Witherite joining you from the 412 Communications press box. Jordan Hirsch giving us the pictures, serving as our videographer tonight. Of course, our production assistant is the stat man, Eli Swope, feeding us the facts and figures as we go through the course of this Sunday night meeting between the Blue Hens and the Broncs. Heading right into the line charts for tonight's game. On the Delaware side of the red line, Chris Sager will be joined by Brendan Stamm and Brian Kramer in the top line, but it's the third line getting the call tonight. Anthony Greco, Owen Cunningham, and Evan Oginski starting things off, along with the second defensive pair of Jake Ehrlich and Michael Buckman. And the rookie netminder, Ethan Williams, looking for his second win on the season. He was victorious in his debut as a Blue Hen. He sports a 3.00 goals against average and a save percentage of .900. Pittsburgh native, handling net minding duties tonight for the Blue Hens. Worth noting, Chris Sager with 2 goals last night in Delaware's 7-2 win over the Rider University Broncs. On the other side of the red line, Riders still looking for their second win of the season. They've had some struggles this season, especially with the absence of outgoing netminder Trevor Givorowski. Sean Klein with the assignment tonight for Connor Fox's Rider Broncs. 0-4-0 on the year with a 757 goals against average and a save percentage of .865. Aaron Pape, right winger on the starting line alongside Matt Tavares and Alex Blazak. 1 goal and 7 assists on the year. He and Anthony Prunty, the only 2 Broncs, save for Ryan Kenna, in point-a-game territory, and we'll see Jake Bennett and Shane Smith handling starting defensive duties. We're going to take a quick timeout here on the Delaware Hockey Network. It is all brought to you by the law office of Heather A. Long. When we come back in just a few moments, we'll head inside the glass to meet the starters and kick off some Sunday night hockey in the First State. You're tuned into the Delaware Hockey Network on the 412, and it's all brought to you by the law office of Heather A. Long.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend,
Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
And welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena. Just about go time on this Sunday evening. Bronx and Blue Hens set to square off in an ACCHL conference matchup. And without any further ado, we'll take you inside the glass as we prepare to meet tonight's starting lineups. Once again, hockey fans, good evening, and welcome to Fred Rust Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware. Tonight, the American Collegiate Hockey Association and the Atlantic Coast Collegiate Hockey League present a men's Division II regular season matchup between the visiting Rider University Bronx and your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. For the Rider University Bronx, coached by Connor Fox. Starting in goal from Flemington, New Jersey, number 30, Sean Klein. On defense, from Toms River, New Jersey, number 5, Jake Bennert. And from Hazlitt, New Jersey, number 20, Shane Smith. At left wing, from Sparta, New Jersey, number 74, Alex Blazak. At right wing, from Mount Royal, New Jersey, number 28, Aaron Pape. And starting at center, from Elmsford, New York, number 15, Matthew Tavares. And now let's meet the starting 6 for your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Starting in goal from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, number 38, Ethan Williams. On defense from Newark, Delaware, number 13, Jake Ehrlich. And from Hanover, Maryland, number 26, Michael Buckman. Starting at left wing from Center Valley, Pennsylvania, number 8, Anthony Greco. At right wing from Brewster, New York, number 9, Owen Cunningham. And starting at center from Merrick, New York, number 21, Evan Oginski. Your Delaware Blue Hens are coached by Vince Falkowski, assisted by Bob Stroik and Dylan Green. The on-ice officials for this evening's game, as appointed by the American Collegiate Hockey Association. Our referees, Charlie Van Kula and Laura White, and linespeople Dante DeFrucio and Chris Draves. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please direct your attention to the American flag located directly above center ice, as we honor the United States of America and those who defend this nation with the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. And we're ready for some Sunday night hockey in the first state. Delaware and their home whites traveling left to right from our vantage point. Blue helmets, blue pants, blue numbers on the back and sleeves in that Pittsburgh Penguins font of yesteryear. The Rider University Bronx, clad nearly in head-to-toe black, save for maroon pants. White numbers on the back and sleeves, white and maroon trim. Moving right to left, the way we see it here in opening period play. Time to play the game indeed. Here in the first state after Delaware rolled to a 7-2 win over the Bronx last night in New Jersey. Third line starting for Delaware. Evan Oginski. The New Yorker in for this initial draw. Across from Matt Tavares for the Rider University Bronx. Awaiting the arrival of one crucial element as the game pucks have been delivered. And linesperson Dante DeFrucio. Now ready to roll for Sunday night hockey in the first state. Oginski, Tavares, puck is down, they're off. Hens pressing forward off the initial draw, but Oginski couldn't chase the puck down in time. It was played up the left wing boards by Shane Smith back at a neutral territory. Recovered by Ehrlich, and now walked in by Anthony Greco. Quick shot from distance. Sticked at and covered up by Klein for a quick pause. Faceoff comes immediately to the left of Klein. Fresh defenders on, and Brendan Fleming and Danny Downey. And it is Brendan Fleming who recovers the puck in the far corner of his own end. After the Bronx press back up ice. Unable to hold the point was Ty Schneider. This is taken away by Oginski. Spun off the puck at center. Schneider recovers and he leaves it back to Jackson Call. Call launches the puck from deep in his own zone. The length of the ice, this will come back an icing. Just 51 seconds into first period play at Fred Rust Arena. Face-off will come to the right of Klein this time. Fourth line on for Delaware, Jerry DiStefano. In across from Tavares for the draw. Puck held in by the Blue Hens. Crossing over was DiStefano to try to protect the zone. Blazak took it away. Here's Tavares with a quick shot off a headman feed from McGeach. Stopped by Williams and subsequently cleared. Mason Dewar rolls the puck behind the net to Teddy Baum. First we're seeing of him on the Delaware Hockey Network. First-year Blue Hen from Berkeley Heights, New Jersey. Yet to record a point in 3 games played for the Blue Hens. And an attacking zone face-off will await the Delaware side after Klein covers for a pause in play. Face-off again at the far circle. Controlled by the Bronx and walked up ice by Braden Turner. Turner in a 2-on-2 together with Shriver. Dumped the puck into the near corner of the Delaware zone. It was cleared back out by DiStefano. Thrown back in by Jake Bennert from neutral territory. Cross ice feed the other way from Dewar. Evaded the reach of Baum, who recovers after the puck ricocheted off the far half wall. Ehrlich tried to launch it in from the point to no avail. To a side battle. Working back toward the slot from the near corner. Walking in was Teddy Baum, but ultimately outnumbered by Black Sweaters trying to cut through the slot, and he couldn't get a shot away as we have now reached 2 minutes and change in the first period on this Sunday evening from Fred Rust Arena. Chris Sager Man of the hour last night with a pair of goals in Delaware's 7-2 win over Ryder. Flips the puck across ice. Ehrlich skips this back to Aiden Starr, working the right point. Starr double teamed. Gets the puck in low to Sager, centering pass, nobody home. Kramer rolls this back up the left wing boards. Aiden Starr opening fire from distance, but that was just off its line. Starr steps up to the half boards to try to play his rebound in deep again. Kramer double team behind the cage, looking for somewhere to go. He's got some help from Captain Brendan Stam. Centering pass, Kramer shoots, Kramer scores! Two minutes and 59 seconds in. And Brian Kramer pots his fifth of the year to put the Blue Hens up 1-0 in the early go. Another look at it here on the 4-1-2 instant replay. Good old-fashioned give and go. And on just the second shot of the game, for the Blue Hens, they established the initial lead. And the Bronx get one back. Ryan Kenna, just 51 seconds later, pots the Bronx first goal. Defensive zone turnover. Kenna had the 2-on-1. And we're all knotted up, one aside. Just 3 minutes and 50 seconds into the contest. A Delaware goal. His fifth of the season. Scored by number 14, Brian Kramer. Assisted by number 11, Brendan Stam. Time of the goal, 2 minutes 59 seconds of the first period. Kramer's fifth from Stam at 2:59. Ryder goal, his third of the season, scored by number 8, Ryan Kenna. Time of the unassisted goal, 3 minutes 50 seconds in the first period. Kenna's third, unassisted, at 3:50. And this will come back an icing against the Blue Hens with 15:04 to go in opening period action. So already the Bronx and the Blue Hens exchanging goals. Shriver works this around the horn to Smith holding the point. Ricocheted off the near boards. Puck caroms on its rib to the far corner of the Delaware zone. Variale leaves this to Engelman. He tried to stretch it ahead up the right wing boards to McManus. And we've got our first penalty of the game coming. What do we have from Vancouver? Boarding. The call against Braden Turner. This at 5:18 in the opening period. Delaware Sports Medicine power play time for the Blue Hens. Learn more about Dr. Brad Bly's offerings for athletes of all ages and abilities. Visit desportsmed.com. The rider penalty was assessed to number 22, Braden Turner. 2 minutes for boarding. Time of the penalty, 5 minutes 18 seconds in the first period. Turner 2 for boarding at 5:18. Buckman working the point across the line. The shot from Stam from distance was popped up into the atmosphere by Klein. Williams steadies. Stam waits behind his own goal. Sager, Kramer, McManus, and Olensky complete this quintet of forwards on this aggressive Delaware power play. Prime attacking unit. 50 seconds to go with the man advantage. Kramer under pressure, drops it back to Stam holding the point. Kramer tried to walk in. Bennert put the pressure on him and nearly forced the turnover, but Stam protects the point. One-timer through traffic. McManus trying to dig the puck free. Oginski off a backhand tries to steer it in. This is covered up and held by Klein for a pause in play with 13:11 to go in period number 1. Hens starting to get some chances, but only 30 seconds left on the man advantage. And the face-off is going to come to the left of Sean Klein. Rejoining play, 23 seconds to go on this first Delaware Sports Medicine power play of the day. Sager couldn't set up Kramer on the doorstep. Back this comes to Stam. Launched through traffic, didn't make it on net. Olensky. Back to Stam. Final 5 seconds on the Turner penalty. Kramer. Stam walking the line. Floats this into the far corner. Olensky tries to pinch past Cusimano, but could not maintain control of the puck. And as the Bronx clear, namely Shriver, they are back to full strength. 7.5 minutes have elapsed on this Sunday evening from Fred Rust Arena. We're tied 1-1 between Delaware and Rider. Hens looking to complete a weekend sweep after a 7-2 drubbing of the Bronx last night in New Jersey. A little bit slow into stride here, though, on this Sunday afternoon turned evening as the puck goes up out of play. If you've been injured on the job or in a car accident, you know just how challenging and overwhelming the recovery process can be. And that's why having a trusted and caring representative by your side is essential to help you navigate the complex world of workers' compensation and personal injury. The Law Office of Heather A. Long will guide you through every step of the process, from filing your claim to representing you in hearings and appeals. Schedule a free consultation by calling the Law Office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664, that's LONG, or visit injuryde.com. Baum muscles through traffic, and he chips the puck in behind the net from the near half wall. It comes back to him by way of DiStefano. Fleming could not hold the point. Fleming crosses over, and he foils a Rider clearing attempt from Kenna, who now gets the puck back and turns it below the goal to the far corner of his own zone. Dewar overpowered, shoved off the puck by Jackson Call. Winding up, Shane Smith clears. Puck was tipped on its way up ice, so no icing, says linesperson Dante DeFrucio. 11 and change to go in the first. Baum, under forechecking pressure, had to walk the puck beyond the reach of Shriver. Here's DiStefano up the middle to gain the zone. Drop past Dewar. Shot was stick-checked off its line by Smith. Loose puck in the slot recovered by Turner, and he has a 2-on-2 counterattack for the Bronx. Turner beyond one defender, angled to the far corner by Engelman, and stripped of the puck by Same. Engelman leaves this to Aiden Starr. Cross ice breakout pass bounces off the stick of Baum into the neutral zone, and it's volleyed back by Brendan McInch deep into Delaware territory as we near halfway in the first period of this 1-1 hockey game. Shots are even for a side. Changing of the guard for the Bronx. Stars swarmed by McInch in the far corner of the Delaware zone. Engelman's got a little more time to operate near side. He floats the puck ahead to Dewar. On farther, this goes to Oginski, but given away to Shriver at center. Cross ice feed leads to McInch's zone entry. He's stood up by Starr. They get tangled up. Loose puck corralled and shot in by Ty Schneider over the crossbar into the glass behind Williams. Officially beyond the halfway point of opening period play. Schneider from center point nearly gave way to Oginski. Schneider gets back onto the puck. He feeds it to Tavares, who couldn't cut through the slot. Winding up from center point, Cusimano rips one off the back glass. And this will be covered for a pause. Net dislodged behind Williams. And the faceoff will come out to his left with 9:32 to go in the opening frame of a 1-1 contest here from Fred Rust Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware. Ryder keeping the attacking zone pressure on in earnest. Call. Shot from the left point. Sticked offline. Engelman recovers the puck behind his own goal, but he fails to clear. Holding at the right point was Bennett, but he was swarmed. And as the Hens head off for a change, the Bronx are forced to reset in neutral ice. Flom pulls back. Blazak offers the forechecking heat. Flom back to Engelman in the near corner, who works the puck up the near boards. Ahead to Oginski, sure to gain the center red line before letting it go the rest of the way. So a partial change for Delaware as Anthony Prunty skates into a 1-on-2. He gets a long shot away. Split the wickets on the attempt, but the waffle board of Ethan Williams directs the puck to the near side and out of harm's way. Downey from behind his own goal. 8.5 to go in the first period. Leaves this to Flom near side. Clearing the zone was Cunningham. Recovering for Ryder and walking back to center. Bennett chips the puck in from 10 feet above the blue line, and he heads off in exchange for the fresh legs of Ty Schneider. Here's Flom the other direction. A high fly puck gloved down at the Ryder blue line by Shane Smith. This is cleared. Prunty off the feed from Schneider. Headman pass intended for Gutt, didn't connect. Smith swarmed in the near corner of the Delaware zone, and Danny Downey emerges with the vulcanized rubber. Cunningham tries to clear to no avail. Gutt recovers. Shot came from Prunty, and up with the save was Williams. Worth another look with 7:41 to go in this first period. And we'll take you back to the 4-1-2 Communications instant replay. The Ryder forecheck has already caused a couple D-zone turnovers at the hands of the Blue Hens and turned, if not one, two of them into A-grade chances. Puck out of play in the Ryder zone. Face off to the right of Klein. And Sager, the multiple goal scorer from last night's game, could not break past Shriver in that attacking zone face-off. And the Hens are back in their own end with 7:15 to go in the first. 1-1 the score. Jake Ehrlich advanced the puck up the left wing boards to Stam, who could not clear. Buckman will try near side. Kramer bats this as far as center, where Shriver recovers, and he volleys it back to Buckman just inside the Delaware stripe. Another puck tipped up into the metal bleachers on the near side here at Fred Rust Arena. And the face-off is spotted by linesperson Chris Draves, a native of Buffalo, just above the Rider blue line. Vinny Variale, mainstay here in the first state, playing for Salesianum in his high school days, and now here in his last year as a Delaware Blue Hen. Centering Olensky and McManus in the second line. And he'll do it again in this D-zone draw to the left of Ethan Williams, who stopped 5 of 6 Riders' shots to this point. Centering pass from Tavares never made it to Blazak. Starr clears. Bennert winds up. Delayed offside on the re-entry. Gives Brendan Fleming an extra beat to survey his options. Variale confronted by Tavares. Delaware need to figure out a way to get through this aggressive Rider forecheck in their own zone. That's been the stumbling block in terms of developing momentum, and here they work back into the Rider end, thanks largely to the stick handling of Aiden Starr. Blazak just as quickly caught up to at the Delaware blue line by Olensky, and he gives the puck away. Now inside the final 6 minutes of the first period. Tied 1-1 from Fred Rust Arena after Delaware's Brian Kramer and Riders' Ryan Kenna exchanged goals in the first 4 minutes of the contest. That shot from DeStefano was wide. Gut clears. Prunty could not control the puck. Flom swats it back just into neutral territory, enough to force the Bronx to have to regroup. Engelman leaves this to Flom. Ricocheted off the near boards beyond the reach of Shane Gutt. All the way back in to the Rider zone this ends up. Engelman protected the point after Delaware were able to gain. Flom gives this away. Cusimano with the long clear. Icing waved off. Winning the race to the path of the puck was Shane Gutt, but Delaware recover in their own end. Gutt the forechecking menace now on Flom, who's got some time and space to operate. He pinches past Prunty along the near boards to gain the Rider zone. Long shot from above the half boards, bounced off the end wall. This held in by Baum. Working down low is Mason Dewar. But reaching for the freeze and the pause was Sean Klein, opting to play the puck with 4:23 to go in this opening period. Make a truly all-American meal the centerpiece of your next team event or special occasion. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky in nearby Claymont, Delaware can cater your next group event, offering pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken on a daily basis, along with a variety of sauces and sides sure to please any appetite. Visit Sid's at Suite C26 in the Tri-State Industrial Center on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, open Monday through Saturday for takeaway lunch, or to place a catering order, call 302-439-4937 or visit sidsbbqandjerky.com. Final 4 minutes in the first period. A Williams save gives us a chance to catch our breath. Draw to Williams' left. The shot came in from McKeach off the Shriver's setup. Williams with the save. And a long clear will set up an attacking zone draw for the Blue Hens as Klein is forced to cover with 3:45 to go in opening period action. Greco was on for the draw, flanked by Cunningham and Oginski. Oginski tries to bulldoze past McKeach to recover for the Blue Hens. Bennert checked off the puck by Greco, had good support though. And now Shriver Saucers this about belt high off the near boards out of the neutral zone. Before Turner could chase down the puck, Oginski drove it back in behind the Rider goal. D-zone turnover, and a shot from Greco was off its mark. Cunningham challenged in the far corner, vying for the rebound. He's able to work it free to Greco. Kicked high, Fleming, D-to-D pass. Danny Downey opens fire from distance off his mark. That puck ricocheted off the corner glass. Inside 3 minutes to go in the first period of this 1-1 hockey game. Cunningham, cross-ice feed to Fleming. Worked down low, Anthony Greco. Hassled in the near corner by Call. Puck rolls back to center point. Downey throws it into traffic. It's taken away by the other 29, Joel Shriver, the Philadelphian. Shriver dodges a check from Oginski and maintains possession and control of the puck. Breakout pass, sails all the way up ice. It was tipped off of Delaware's stick, and this is frozen by Williams for a pause in play with 2 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the first period of this 1-1 contest. Face-off coming to Williams' left. Sager and Tavares. And for the far side draw, Sager is fed the puck by Flom. He lofts it up ice. No icing here as Smith plays it back from inside his own zone back as far as center. Flom returns the favor. Stam pursues. He puts the pressure on Smith to force the turnover. Back at the near side, Joey Engelman. Leaves this back to Flom. Long shot bounces off the backboards. Klein committed to the far post. Nobody home for the rebound putback chance. This is Brendan Stam. To Flom at the left point. Thrown in to Body's net front once again. Kramer was angled to the far corner before he was able to make anything happen. Sager puts one on net. Klein scrambling, puck loose in front, and Klein is going to cover for the pause with a minute and 23 seconds to go. Rather, a minute 20 to go here in the first period. And Eli Swope saying 3 shots on goal. On that exchange, Pens ultimately to no avail. In their efforts to get back in front of the Bronx on this Sunday night. This will be an icing. 70 seconds to go in the first. Face-off comes to the right of Ethan Williams, who's had the upper hand on 7 of 8. Sager met by Kenna. Kenna, time and space, backhand, no sir, says Williams. Face-off migrates 44 feet to the opposite circle. Kenna and Olensky take that far circle draw as we work to the final minute of the opening period. Ehrlich to McManus. The time now for the Blue Hens to try to carry some positive momentum into the dressing room. Ehrlich was stood up at the Rider blue line by Cusimano. Olensky led the re-entry up the near side. He is stripped of the puck by Kenna, who lofts this as far as the Delaware line. Ehrlich recovers and pulls back to his own goal line with 25 seconds to go. McManus nearly saw his breakout pass intercepted by Prunty, but Variale works his way in over the Rider line. The shot from Olensky, sticked aside by Klein. Gut rifles this clear And it will come back an icing. 4 seconds to go. Here in the first period, last chance for the Blue Hens. And the big guns are on for this closing draw. Kramer across from Shriver. And time will run out before the Hens can make a last push. The score at the end of one period, Delaware Blue Hens 1, Rider Bronx 1. We'll be back after the intermission on the Delaware Hockey Network.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more. There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com. There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today. Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
It's time for the second period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Thank you, Norm Borg. Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena as the Delaware Blue Hens take back to home ice. 20 minutes in the books in this 1-1 deadlock between the Rider University Broncs and this Delaware Men's Division II ACHA team. Looking back at the first period goals, 2 minutes and 59 seconds in, Brendan Stam pots his fourth of the season to put the Hens up, but 51 seconds later, Ryan Kenna, taking advantage of a misplayed puck by the Blue Hens in their own zone, records his third of the season to level the score. Shots 12-10 in favor of Delaware, but A-grade chances squarely in Rider's favor as they had 5 A-grade opportunities in that first period. Ethan Williams getting the last say on 4 of them. If you're just joining us here on the 412, Delaware traveling right to left in second period play in their home whites. Rider in black, wine, and white, moving left to right from the way we see things here in the middle frame. No icing. Buckman, pressured by Blazak, leaves the puck up the near wall. Unable to clear was Greco. This taken away by Tavares. He couldn't walk in. Buckman did well to clog up the low slot and take away that path to what otherwise would have been an A-grade chance. Hens come storming back the other way in numbers, but Greco couldn't finish on the welcome mat. Downey launches the puck from his blue line to Greco, who tips it in behind the Rider goal, and that enables the Hens to get some fresh legs on. Draves says no icing the other way. Sager could not clear. Fleming does, but he gives it away to Smith, who lofts the puck in from distance. Gloved down by Williams. And turned to the far corner where a two-a-side battle for the vulcanized rubber goes Delaware's way. Downey. Advancing pass through neutral ice to Kramer, who steered to the far corner. This puck is cycled to Stam, near side, back up the Dashers to Downey holding the point. Given away to Smith. Race for a loose puck. Schneider sends it up into the netting and out of play from behind his own goal, and we've got a pause in play with 1 minute and 54 seconds elapsed in second period action. Either an issue with the ice or looks like either a fairly good rut or something smoothed out here by Charlie Van Kula. Either a rut or a wayward contact lens or who knows what. But some repair from the on-ice officials will lead us to a resumption of play with 18:06 to go in the second period. Whether you're a competitive athlete like these guys or a weekend warrior like me, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. And with years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes alike, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, 20 minutes each way from Fred Rust Arena, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Head to desportsmed.com. You can learn about Dr. Bly's new membership program to help athletes of all ages and abilities achieve peak performance and, as mentioned, lead a healthier lifestyle. desportsmed.com, the place to go. So a particularly uneven ice surface from what it looks like below the goals. We'll see if that's to Charlie and Laura's liking. Looks to be. And play resumes in the Rider zone. Engelman with a rocket from the right point. Off the glass, puck loose in front. Flom on the secondary chance. Denied by Klein, and Kramer couldn't finish on the welcome mat. Ryder will change at the stoppage, and the face-off comes to the right of Sean Klein, who's now stopped 14 of 15. Sager joined by Kenna. Kramer flipped the puck back to Flom holding the point, trying to go where Ryder aren't. Engelman gives way. Gut, drop pass, Prunty, shot. Saved by Williams, who was at the top of the crease, and he had to scramble back into position. Flom will wait. He tried to stretch the puck up the near side. Bennett had Stam held up. It looks like this is going to be called offside. DeFrucio joined by DeStefano and Kenna for the draw right in front of the 412 Communications broadcast box. And the Hens do establish attacking position now. DeStefano dodges a check from Kenna, but lost control of the puck. Ehrlich held on at the left point. Fanning on it amid net front traffic was Mason Dewar. To his former Salesianum teammate, Jerry DeStefano. Baum below the cage, tried to jam one in the corner. Ehrlich follow-up chance was just off its mark after Klein made the initial save. And here comes Prunty the other way for the Bronx. Centering pass to Gutt, trailing the play. His shot was wide. He caught an edge and skidded into the corner boards. Meanwhile, the puck at the opposite side, unable to clear it, was Buckman. Holding was Smith for the Bronx. Prunty shovels the puck from the corner across ice. It is recovered there by Buckman. Advanced to DeStefano. Hens coming in numbers, 3-on-2. Here a shot from Mason Dewar right into the Klein glove, and he holds for a break in the action with 16:16 to go in the second period. 1-1 remains the score from Fred Rust Arena. And Delaware have themselves an attacking zone draw coming up as the second line heads on. Variale in across from Tavares. So a bit of a mismatch in the face-off circle. Riders top line on. Hens trying to capitalize on mismatches otherwise. Down the depth chart. Star's shot gathered in and held by Klein for a pause. Everybody going to stand pat. Face off to Klein's right. After he notches his 6th save of the period. Turning and shooting from in close was Olensky, didn't have his line. Star from distance. Just off its mark, it was sticked away though behind the cage. That thrown in from the corner. And frozen by Klein once again. With 15:37 to go in the second. Olensky and Shriver taking the near circle draw. McManus checked off the puck, and this will be advanced up the middle by Braden Turner for the Bronx. Long shot after gaining the zone, sticked away by Williams. Hens clear. Bennert and Schneider bothered at center by McManus. Another dump and chase. This one goes the way of the Blue Hens. Downey tried to play the puck back to Starr in the near corner of the Delaware end. Starr fanned on the puck. That gave Shriver an opportunity to turn the pressure up, and he forces the turnover. Here's Turner with a shot and a score. Ryder take the lead. Braden Turner pots his first of the year. And the Bronx have gone up 2-1 over Delaware. Here we see it again. As Turner gives the Bronx the advantage. That his first of the season. Heads up play behind the net by McInch to stay with it. And set up the native of Franklinville, New Jersey in the slot. Ryder goal, first of the season, scored by number 22, Braden Turner. Assisted by number 11, Brendan McInch. And number 29, Joel Shriver. Time of the goal, 5 minutes, 8 seconds in the second period. Turner's first from McInch and Shriver at 5:08. The rider penalty was assessed to number 8, Ryan Kenna, 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 5 minutes, 26 seconds in the second period. Kenna, 2 for tripping at 5:26. Turkeys on the table for the Blue Hens to get back level on this Delaware Sports Medicine power play. Learn more at desportsmed.com. Flurry of net front activity, stymied by Klein, recording his 18th save of the evening as we near 6 minutes completion in the second period. 91 seconds to go. On the man advantage for the Blue Hens, Sager to McManus. Shot was deflected wide in net front traffic. McManus got it back. Stam taking aim. Olensky's redirect chance went wide into the corner. Sager posts up behind the cage. He dishes the puck off to Kramer. This thrown in by Olensky. Covered and held for the pause by Klein. 13:39 to go here in second period action. But the face-off comes to the near circle as we see the second wave of the Blue Hens power play coming on. And Engelman holds the point off the Greco face-off win. Engelman bobbles. And Delaware are forced back into neutral territory to regroup. Greco plays a hard carom shot to lead to the re-entry. Buckman steers this back to Engelman. Around to Greco. Shot was blocked by the leg of McInch. And Ty Schneider clears from the near corner of the Rider zone. 33 seconds remaining on this Delaware Sports Medicine power play for the Blue Hens. Another D-zone turnover. Shriver, without support though, gives this right back to Engelman. Engelman advanced to Oginski. Up the left wing boards, he barrels back into the Rider end. Drop pass to Cunningham. Oginski puts on the brakes in the near corner. Greco up the wall. Starr across the line to Engelman, back to Starr. Greco steps up to the dot. And his shot is caught and held by Klein. 12:33 to go. As Sean Klein records save number 20 to bring play to a halt. And we're back to 5-on-5. Successful kill for the Rider Broncs. As Kenna, the first of the two Rider goal scorers, is back on now for the men in black. Fleming to Stam, who tips the puck from in front of his own bench in behind the Rider goal. Here's Kramer, leaving it back to Fleming. Shot glanced off the pads wide. Stam couldn't set up Kramer on the doorstep. Puck bounces toward the blue line, trying to walk it back in was Starr, but he was pickpocketed, and Bennett into a 1-on-3 backhands the puck from over the blue line into the near corner of the Delaware zone. Hens clear just as quickly. Cusimano lets the puck go from neutral ice deep into the Delaware zone. Delayed offside in place momentarily, so the Hens had a little bit of extra breathing room before now facing the forechecking pressure of Brendan McInch. Kramer left the puck ahead to Sager, who under duress works clear. Penalty coming up, it will be against Delaware. And with 11:24 to go in this second period, the Hens will go down a man for the first time tonight. Holding on Sager. And we'll restart to the left of Ethan Williams. First power play opportunity tonight for the Rider Broncs. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 28, Chris Sager, 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty, 8 minutes 36 seconds in the second period. Sager, 2 for holding at 8:36. Shriver up the wall to Blazak. Played back low. Recovered by Flom for Delaware, and he launches this puck 200 feet from our right to our left. Schneider across to McInch, who clears his own zone. This is tipped by Blazak off a diagonal advancing pass into the Delaware end again. Flom could not clear up the middle. Olensky lets this go. Downey and Variale, the other penalty killers on the first wave for the Hens as we work toward halfway. Schneider steps in over the Delaware line. He throws a cross-ice pass off the far half wall. Prunty couldn't reel it in. Fleming takes it away and clears again. Just beyond halfway from Fred Rust Arena. Stam turned it over to Prunty right at the Rider blue line. In come the Broncs in numbers. Net front feed, Kenna, backhand shot was wide. No, it was just on, says Eli Swope. That's going to stand as a save for Ethan Williams as the final seconds of this Delaware penalty tick away, and the Hens are back full. Kramer cross-ice feed to Sager. Long high shot was wide. Ehrlich keeps the puck in deep, coming on fresh at the right point. This is cleared and will be an icing. 9 minutes to go here in second period action. Face-off coming to the right of Klein. That shot from Baum was off the post. Follow up the other way in Tavares. Turned aside by Williams. There a chance from Dewar the other side. Ultimately saved and an icing. Will set up an attacking zone draw for the Blue Hens in desperate need of a momentum shift in their favor. Despite recording 10 shots on goal here in the second period, it's been a matter of quality over quantity for Rider. And their 2-1 lead just beyond midway in the second. Flom off the D-to-D pass from Engelman. Couldn't find the net front area from 35 feet. Hand pass signaled, and this is going to come back out of the Rider zone. Modern media, well, what do you know? It's everybody shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Welcome to 2025. So with that in mind and that challenge, how do you get your voice above the fray? 412 Communications has myriad solutions to build bridges between your brand and your clientele, your team and your fans, ranging from broadcast to social, print to digital and everything in between. Want to know more? Head to 412communications.com today. Greco could not work his way back into the Rider zone. He was stripped of the puck 5 feet over the blue line. Flom protecting for Delaware, advances to Oginski. Across near side, Greco could not corral the puck off the near half boards. Smith took it away, but he failed to carry him from behind the net up the far side. Protecting for the Hens, again Evan Oginski. Errant shot, cleared up the far wall, or up the near wall rather, by Shane Smith, and this will come back another icing. With 7:17 to go in middle period action from Fred Rust Arena. Variale and Kenna took the draw to the left of Klein, who stopped 21 of 22 shots faced. This will be called off. Despite their best efforts, Delaware could not hold the zone. And the face-off comes right in front of us again with Variale and Kenna reprising their meeting a few seconds ago in the Rider zone. Ty Schneider through the gauntlet, stripped of the puck just beyond center. Olensky recovers for Delaware. Chipped off the far boards. McManus got a stick on it but could not maintain control. Schneider with the long clear. No icing. Flom forced to play it on. He backhands the puck toward McManus, who clears it into the Rider bench for a pause and play. And the Hens do clear. Kenna and Variale converge on the puck just over the line. Battle continues, but Gutt is overpowered by Vinny V. He tried to shoot from the top of the slot. Schneider with the block, and he plays the body on Vinny in the battle for the rebound. Downey holds, Karam off the glass from the right point. Schneider clears. Here's Prunty. 2-on-1 if the Bronx hurry. Centering feed beyond the reach of Gutt. Recovering for Delaware, Danny Downey clears. Here's McManus together with Olensky. Coming back toward the Rider line, but the pass across near side couldn't connect. 5:45 to go in the second period. Rider with a 2-1 lead over Delaware, after being outscored 7-2 on Saturday night in Jersey. Sager net front, denied by Klein. Sean Klein came into this game 0-4 with a .757 goals against average and a save percentage of .865. He's far outperforming those numbers tonight. Kramer's shot from 18 feet, denied by a Klein stick. And as Klein hangs onto the puck, everybody's pairing up. Only for Frusch and Draves to say, easy, guys. Nothing boiling over too much beyond. And the face-off comes to Klein's left with 5:08 to go in the second period. McEachin for the draw now, across from Sager. Puck was lobbed in toward Klein, paddled to the near corner. Kramer trying to pave a way to the slot. Shot swept away at the last possible second. Ehrlich winds up. McInch with the steal. Here's a one-on-one. McInch steered to the corner, net front feed, and a wide shot from Turner crashing the net. The follow-up goes high into the corner glass. Sager recovers. Ehrlich gets this up ice to Kramer. Across to Stam in this 2-on-2 zone entry. Stam bodied into the corner boards by Jake Bennert. Bennert tries to loft the puck clear to no avail initially as Buckman, I thought, held the point, but he was overpowered by Shriver. Shriver shot, score. Joel with his 4th goal of the season gives Ryder a 3-1 advantage with 4:14 to go here in second period play. Seeing this again, Joel Shriver all the way. From his own blue line to give Ryder their 3rd of the evening. The Ryder goal, 4th of the season, scored by number 29, Joel Shriver. Time of the goal, 15 minutes, 46 seconds in the second period. Shriver's 4th, unassisted, at 15:46. Icing waved at the last possible second. Engelman confronted by Aaron Pape at the line. Engelman maintains possession and control. Advancing pass to Greco leads to the zone entry for Delaware, who now trail by a pair with just over 3 minutes to go in the second. Oginski pursuing the puck, couldn't get to it in time. Call turned it over. The feed from Cunningham to Greco saw a close-up shot ricochet off the crossbar. Bronx clear, and we've got a man down. Slow to his feet in the Ryder zone, and that is Jackson Call. The Utahn getting his bell rung, and his absence, even if only for a couple shifts, is going to be a big detriment to Ryder's defense. Two minutes and 40 seconds to go here in second period action, as Variale and Kenna meet for the center ice draw. Starr back in his own zone. Olensky got stick on puck. DeFrucio signals the tip to negate the icing. Olensky bodied off the path of the puck by Bennert. This will be frozen by Klein for another pause. 2:16 to go in second period action. Face-off coming to the left of Klein, who stopped 24 of 25 total Delaware shots to this point of the contest. Fleming from the right point. Shot was wide, paddled wider yet by Klein. Starr across to Fleming. That one took an awkward hop off its intended line. And Prunty clears. Starr pressed back to his own blue line under two-ply forechecking heat. Unable to reset for the Blue Hens. Final minute 45. Olensky. Centering pass on the re-entry and a Variale shot. from the top of the slot was sticked away by Klein. Olensky handling his own rebound. That one blocked. And the rebound goes in. Vinny V brings the Hens back within one. Yes, sir. And here it comes again on the Delaware, on the 412 Communications instant replay. Set up from Olensky. 18-29. Into the second period. And Variale's got his first. Oh, Delaware goal! His first of the season. Scored by number 22, Vincenzo Variale. Assisted by number 18, Patrick Olensky. Time of the goal, 18 minutes, 29 seconds of the second period. Variale's first from Olensky at 18-29. We've reached the final minute of second period play. Variale with 91 seconds to go in the second. Getting the Hens back within one. And Stam is outnumbered by black sweaters deep in Rider territory, trying to maintain this Blue Hen attack. Ehrlich shot from the top of the left circle, turned aside by Klein. Final half minute of the second. Sager off a feed from Stam, couldn't pave a way to the cage. This is held in by Buckman. Directed in front by Sager, covered up by Klein for a pause and play with 21 seconds to go in this second period. Hens peppering the Flemington, New Jersey native with vulcanized rubber. Variale able to get one back for the Blue Hens. But Sean Klein's made it mighty hard for this Delaware side tonight. Flom could not hold the point. Engelman on his horse under pressure from Blazak. Gave way to Pape. Flom could not clear. Pape plays the body on McManus. This is set up ice, and the second period has reached its end. Through 40 minutes, the score, Rider University Bronx 3, Delaware Blue Hens 2. We'll be back on the Delaware Hockey Network after the second intermission.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today. Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com. Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more. There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
It's time for the third period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Thank you, Norm Borg. Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena. 3-2 through 40, advantage Rider. After the Blue Hens beat them 7-2 on Saturday night. A look back at some of the from the second period highlights. Joel Shriver, after assisting on Rider's go-ahead goal, made it 3-1, going coast to coast, 15:46 out of the second. And then with a minute and a half to go in the period, senior Vinny Variale with his first collegiate goal. Off the setup from Pat Olensky to bring the Hens back within one. Third period play commences right now. The backhand from Brendan McInch. Gains the zone for the Rider Bronx, traveling right to left in their away black kits. Delaware and their home whites moving left to right here in third period play. If you're just joining us on the Delaware Hockey Network, our officials this evening, referees Charlie Van Kula and one of the elites in the women's game, Laura White. The lines people, Dante DeFrucio and Chris Draves. Turner, hassled by Buckman. Emerging with the puck is Owen Cunningham for Delaware. Gaining center before dumping into the Rider zone. Williams steadies. He plays the puck up the near boards. Cunningham gives it away. Schneider volleys it back off the far dashers. Ehrlich could not clear in front of his own bench. Buckman near side to Oginski. Up the middle comes Cunningham. Surrounded by Bronx from all angles. Drop pass to Anthony Greco and a wide shot from distance Brings us 75 seconds into the third period. Here's Call back on the ice for Ryder. A long shot caught and held by Williams for a break in the action with 18:38 to go here in third period play. Face off to the right of Williams, and this is going to be called offside. Ooh, we had a shot after the whistle there. Is this going to draw anything? Nope. We're just going to stay as we are. One of those bang-bang situations, no ill intent. So on we go with a neutral zone draw. Downey could not clear. Blazak. Pape, hard shot. Wide off the glass. The follow-up on the doorstep from Tavares. Covered up by Williams to bring play to a pause with 18:16 to go. This face-off comes to the right of Ethan Williams. Engelman leaves the puck back to Sager. Sager finds Stam just beyond red. Give and go. Sager tried to split defenders at the top of the Riders slot, but the puck was knocked out of his control. And icing, though, will set up an attacking zone draw for the Blue Hens. 2 minutes and 14 seconds into the third period of this 3-2 hockey game. Advantage still with the Bronx. Kramer in for the draw across from Tavares. Bronx clear. Engelman to Flom. Plays the puck off the near dashers. The other five, Jake Bennert, recovers deep in the Rider zone. Gut tips this back up the left wall behind the Delaware goal. Williams steadies. Flom under two-ply forechecking pressure gives way to a gut stick check, but he's got support in the form of Brian Kramer. Flom lets this go. Here's Sager, 2-on-2. Sager and Stam entered together from the wings. Puck taken away and chipped off the near glass by Prunty back to center. Lobbed back in by Buckman, steadied by Klein, and he's going to cover for the pause in play. Face-off comes to Klein's left. In comes to Stefano. Across from Kenna. Baum steers the puck in behind the cage to Stefano and Dewar. Try to pitch it to Baum, who was looming net front. Pass never made it there. Ehrlich failed to hold the left point off the setup from Jerry to Stefano. So Ehrlich had to hustle back behind his own goal with pressure from Prunty to try to break out again. The Hens turn over. Guts shot from point blank range, stopped by Williams. And Delaware clear with 16:15 to go, and Dewar unable to get back on side. Will render the advance of DeStefano all for naught. Quick restart as Draves drops the puck like a hot potato, and this goes into the Rider bench area and out of play. Vinny V. Stonewalled at the Rider blue line. McManus couldn't work through either. Shriver drops this back to Call. Holding the point barely was Olensky off that failed Rider breakout. Olensky tried to set up on the doorstep McManus, but the centering pass was blocked in net front congestion. Owen McManus leaves this behind the net to Variale, who brought the Hens back to within one with 91 seconds to go in the middle period. Aiden Starr, one-timer Olensky. Save made by Klein. McManus tried to reel in the rebound, but good defensive pressure from Call took away his shot opportunity in close. 15:15 to go. In this 3-2 hockey game, Pat Olensky winds up again. That shot from the right point bounces off the back glass. And the Hens are going to go down a man with 15:06 to go. And slow to his feet at the base of the Rider bench was Brendan McInch. And he'll head off on his own power. Let's see what we've got from Laura. Minor for boarding on Olensky. This at 4:54. In the third period. So back to the PK go the Blue Hens. Still with a 1-goal deficit to try to erase. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 18, Patrick Olensky. 2 minutes for boarding. Time of the penalty, 4 minutes, 54 seconds in the third period. Olensky 2 for boarding at 4:54. Face-off spotted just in front of us. Off the stoppage, 27 seconds. Into the Olensky boarding minor. Engelman winds up, and he sends the puck aggressively back into the Rider zone. Kramer gets it in deep again to kill a couple more seconds off the Olensky penalty. And here up the middle, Bennett gave way. Kramer breakaway shot. No, sir, says Sean Klein. Good shot from Kramer to tie it up with a breakaway opportunity, but the outstretched left leg of Sean Klein said no, sir, and kept the Bronx up 3-2. DeFrucio waves off the icing, so Engelman's forced to play the puck. This is launched clear by Flom. 25 to go on the Olensky minor. Prunty tries to flip the puck beyond Flom. He does. Drop pass to the top of the circle, and McInch, who is back on for the Bronx. So McInch and Call rattled at various points in the game. Didn't lose much time, if at all, on ice. Prunty shot. Denied by Williams. So too the follow-up popped high and wide, and Olensky hustles back on. Here's Variale. Slowed up in traffic between the train tracks. Downey to Greco. Thrown in from center off the corner boards near side. Olensky tried to center to Variale, crashing the net, but they just weren't synchronized. 2-on-2 for Rider the other way. Blazak tries to dance past Downey. Lost control of the puck as 29 and White came up with the stick check to separate 74 in black from his momentum in search of a fourth Rider goal. 12:25 to go in regulation. Rider 3, Delaware 2 in this Sunday night rematch from Fred Rust Arena. Podolinsky tracks down a loose puck at center. He's slowed up by Smith. Right between the benches. And a race to a loose biscuit near side. Sees Fleming and Blazak pretty much even, Steven, and the Hens will reset in their own zone. Downey did not gain center before letting the puck go. He was a good, 7 feet before the red line when he released the puck, and this will come back an icing. Against Delaware with 11:50 remaining in regulation. Rider with a 3-2 lead over Delaware in a game that the storyline is pretty much characterized in terms of quality versus quantity. Delaware with the numbers advantage in terms of chances, but as far as quality opportunities go, it's been all Rider from the word go. Greco's shot blocked, Ehrlich follow-up, well off its line. McInch hustles to win the race over Buckman to negate the icing for the Bronx. Here's Cusimano, lobbing the puck in from the right half wall. Kenna bodies Ehrlich off the puck, but Buckman takes it away. This is cleared hastily by Greco from in front of his own bench. He heads off for a change. And Oginski works this back to Cunningham. Hard shot from Stam was blocked in traffic. 10:40 to go in the third period. Bronx 3, Hens 2. And Jackson Call lost his footing, hassled by Stam trying to clear. Kramer puts one net front. Oginski couldn't finish. And play is halted as the Stam Call confrontation boils over, and we'll see if we've got anything from Laura White. Does not appear to be the case. Although White and Van Kula discussing matters a little bit more to make sure they're on the same page. Yep, we're going to stay 5 aside here. Nearing halfway in the third period. Engelman and Flom press back just above their blue line to reset. Sager up the middle, could not find Stam. Pape was the one who played the puck back into the Rider zone, so there's no offside for the Hens to worry about. Kramer on the re-entry. Waited for Stam and Sager to tag up, so they're good on the gaining of the blue line. But defensive pressure below the circles ultimately forced the Hens back into neutral ice to regroup. Here's Kramer again. Through traffic up the middle. Puck blocked away by Bennett. Trailing him, Sager couldn't make anything happen from the top of the near circle. 9.5 minutes to go. Oh no. Did Laura take a puck? Did not look good. Ooh. Saw it on the replay there. Looked like Laura took a puck right to the noggin. So Laura will get checked out. We're going to take a pause here on the Delaware Hockey Network. We'll see you back momentarily. Rider up 3-2 over Delaware with 9:23 to go.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Suffice it to say, Laura White is tough as nails. She's staying in the game. $9:23 to go. Olensky and Shriver for the restart. To the right of Sean Klein, who stopped 28 of 30 Delaware shots. McManus rattled at his own blue line by Turner. Now Downey gets the puck back for Delaware after Cusimano failed to advance it up the near boards. This will be called offside. 9 to go. Faceoff comes just above the Rider line, near side. Variale and Shriver. Hens gain control, but they're pushed back to their own blue line to do so. Downey to Olensky, gaining the zone. Downey. Shot from the top of the right circle into the Klein glove, and he holds. Face off to Klein's left. 8:44 remaining. Hens need one to get back level. Olensky up the middle, slowed up. Call clears. Variale recovered, and now Downey re-enters the Rider zone. He's steered to the near corner by Shane Smith. Net front setup, puck is loose in front. Call able to get his stick on it and protect from McManus, who is looming right in the house. Starr. Pressured by Prunty. Downey diagonally feeds the puck to Cunningham. It bounced off his stick and rolls into the far corner of the Rider zone. 7:47 to go. Buckman holding the right point, gets one on net. Stick saved by Klein, directs the puck to the near corner. Oginski with it again. From behind the cage, couldn't set up Cunningham, surrounded by Bronx. Here Oginski again. Shot from an awkward angle, didn't have a prayer. Cunningham, net front feed, Oginski redirect off its line. Greco rolls this behind the cage to the far corner, where Cunningham and Call converge. They're met by a couple others, one from each side, and Anthony Prunty clears for the Bronx. Icing waved off. Buckman pulls back. He lets this go up the near side. No icing this way either. But the Hens do not change. Final 7 minutes. Rider 3, Delaware 2 from Fred Rust Arena. Tavares muscled the puck away from Oginski. Prunty's into a 2-on-3. He tried to drop it off to Tavares. Prunty did, but Greco took the puck away for Delaware. This launched in from center once again by Smith. Ehrlich recovers. Buckman lets this go up the left side. Icing is waved off by Chris Draves. Bennert to Tavares. 2-on-2 if the Bronx hurry. The shot from Aaron Pape was sticked behind the net by Williams. And a high stick signaled by Charlie Van Kula will reduce the manpower by 1 with 6:03 to go. Flom takes the walk of shame for the high stick. And this Delaware penalty kill could be brought to you, well, by you. Become a sponsor. Opportunities are available. To learn more, email mjr@412communications.com. Penalty has the potential of being particularly costly for Delaware. With 6 minutes remaining in the contest and a 1-goal deficit still looming. Make it 2. Schneider lets one go from center point. And that makes it a 4-2 hockey game. Just 10 seconds. Into the power play, McInch. With the setup from the half wall. And the power play goal, 14:07 into the third period. Gets Ryder back in front by 2. But only for a moment as the Hens bounce right back. Sager with his third goal of the weekend. As we see him open fire from the dot. 14:34 into the third period. Lots to get to. Here we go. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 5, Josh Flom, 2 minutes for high sticking. Time of the penalty, 13 minutes, 57 seconds in the third period. Flom, 2 for high sticking at 13:57. The Ryder goal was the second of the season, scored by number 18, Ty Schneider, assisted by number 11, Brendan McInch, and number 29, Joel Shriver. And as Sager does it again, the Blue Hens are back level. Here it comes again on the 4-1-2 instant replay. Tic-tac-toe from Stam and Kramer. And we're all back level. Time of the Ryder power play goal. 14:07 in the third period. So again, Ryder goal, Schneider's second from McInch and Shriver at 14:07. It was a power play goal. Delaware's third goal, fourth of the season, scored by number 28, Chris Sager. Assisted by number 23, Brendan Fleming, and number 12, Aiden Starr. Time of the goal, 14 minutes, 34 seconds in the third period. Sager's fourth from Fleming and Starr at 14:34. Delaware's fourth goal, fifth of the season, second of the game, scored by number 28, Chris Sager, assisted by number 11, Brendan Stam, and number 14, Brian Kramer. Time of the goal, 15 minutes, 3 seconds in the third period. Sager's fifth, second of the game, from Stam and Kramer at 15:03. Pre-antepenultimate minute of regulation upon us. Blazak checked off the puck deep in the Delaware zone, gives way to Engelman. Engelman could not find Olensky on the breakout, but the Hens' Evan Oginski protects the zone for Delaware. Outnumbered, though, he gives it away to Smith. 3.5 remaining. Flom directs the puck back to Engelman, trying to draw McInch out of position and enable a clean breakout. This is lofted off Greco's backhand as far as the Ryder blue line, recovered there by Smith. Turner, beyond the reach of Smith. Cunningham gets a stick on the puck from the point and drives it back deep into Ryder's end. 2:50 to go, 4-4 the score. Flom back at his own blue line. Lets this go up the middle. Greco on the good side of red. Tipped the puck into the far corner of the Ryder zone, so there is no icing. McInch plays this off the wall from deep in his own end. Icing waved off right at the dot with 2:28 to go. Starr to Fleming. Back to Starr up the left side. He's swarmed by Pape. Left back to Fleming near side. This thrown up the middle. Pape got a stick on it. Right at the Delaware blue line, but the puck ends up deep in the Ryder zone just the same. Fleming bodied down by Bennert. Tavares overskates the puck. Kramer tries to pounce, but he's sandwiched by a pair of Bronx defenders. Coming into his aid is Greco. He leaves the puck to Fleming at the point. Cross-ice pass. Starr steps up from 40. He shoots in traffic. That was blocked and subsequently cleared, and we've got a pause. 1:48 to go. Puck went out of play in the Ryder zone, and the faceoff comes to the right of Sean Klein, whose arch nemesis tonight stands in the faceoff circle, and that is Chris Sager. Chris with both goals that have brought the Hens back on level pegging. Final 100. Stam up the wall to Flom. Played behind the cage, around to Sager in the near corner. Kramer takes a shove from Tavares right in the numbers. 77 seconds to go. Two-a-side battle over the left shoulder of Klein, who stopped 30 of 34. The battle breaks apart now, and we've got a whistle from Charlie Van Kula. Offensive zone penalties. Continue to wreak havoc. Elbowing the call on Kramer at 18:52. So the sledding all the tougher now for the Blue Hens as they look to claw back from a 2-goal deficit twice. In hopes of completing a weekend sweep. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 14, Brian Kramer, 2 minutes for elbowing. Time of the penalty, 18 minutes, 52 seconds in the third period. Kramer 2 for elbowing at 18:52. Engelman's shot was blocked. McKeach the other way, puts on the brakes just above the corner boards. Flom stayed with him pretty well. Shiver turning. Shriver's shot was stopped by Williams. Hens clear. 20 to go. Blazak in up the left wing boards, regains the Delaware line. He pinches past Fleming, but his momentum and that of the puck carried him back below the goal. Schneider gloves the puck down at center point, but he gives it away to Fleming, who winds up and clears again. And the curse of Mr. Swope lives on. Overtime again from Fred Rust Arena. At the end of regulation, the score stands Delaware 4, Rider 4. Regulation shots on goal. Rider 24, Delaware 34. We now advance to a 5-minute, 3-on-3 sudden victory overtime. Teams change ends for the overtime period. Again, long changes in effect for the overtime period. And it is sudden victory. The next goal is the game-winning goal. If there is no goal scored in the overtime, we move to a 3-player shootout. Will the timekeeper please put 52 seconds on the penalty clock? Thank you. So we're going to start 4-on-3. Long change in effect. And off we go in OT. .30 remaining on the Kramer penalty as Blazak camps out on the near corner. Cross ice pass. Schneider holding the point. McKeach. Back to Schneider. Is taken away by Stam. He races up the right wing board. Stam one-on-one if he hurries. 10 seconds left on the shorthanded situation. The captain's shot from 25 feet caught the stick of a Rider defender. We're 4-on-4 until the next stoppage. Engelman, hassled by McKeach, carries the puck up the left wing boards. Headman to Kramer for the entry. Kramer pressed to the line. by Shriver. Here's Olensky with a shot. It was wide. Puck caroms off the corner boards all the way back inside the Delaware blue line, where Engelman will reset. 90 seconds gone in OT. Buckman pulls back behind his own goal. Still 4-on-4 until the next whistle. Then we'll reset to 3 aside. Here's Greco, 2-on-2 to Olensky. Shot! And Klein holds on. Now we reset to 3 aside. And the face-off will be to the right of Sean Klein. 3:04 to go. Olensky and McInch. Here's Schneider working together with Blazak to gain the Delaware line. Schneider's shot sticked up into the back glass behind Williams. 2:50 to go in the overtime period. Flom works this up the right wing boards out to Olensky. And now to Greco. Shot into the glove of Klein for another pause. 2:27 remaining. Stam, Kramer, and Engelman back on for the Blue Hens. Lot of open ice to work with. So the Hens guaranteed at least 3 points on the weekend. Ryder trying to rebound and seal a regular season series split with Delaware for the 5th year in a row. The shot from Stam, followed up by Kramer on the welcome mat, and Klein says no again. 1:59 to go in OT. Face off to Klein's right. And here's McInch after Shriver's face-off win, barreling up ice. Shot was well wide. Kramer to Stam, 2-on-1 if Engelman hurries. Stam walks in. Denied by Klein again. Minute and 41 seconds to go. Good shot, better save. And Sager's pickpocketed by Shriver at the blue line. Olensky, good back-checking pressure to take away the breakaway opportunity. Here come the Hens in numbers. Olensky beyond McInch, walking in. Klein with the pad save and the freeze again. "77 seconds to go. Timeout signaled, but by whom? Delaware timeout with 77 to go in overtime. And the Delaware Hockey Network is brought to you all season long by the law office of Heather A. Long. with a listen-first approach that creates a unique solution for your circumstances. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long are committed to providing empathetic and compassionate legal representation for individuals who have suffered injuries. InjuryDE.com, the place to go to learn more and to schedule a free consultation. Call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664. Face-off is going to be to the left of Sean Klein, who has stopped 36 of 40 shots so far tonight. Fred Rust Arena reaches a fever pitch. Time for the home stretch. Bennert carries the puck beyond center. 65 seconds to go. Flom slows him up. Sager picks up the puck. We're down to the final minute of overtime. Sager to Flom, center point. Olensky looming low. Flom's going to pull back. Blazak, the forechecker. Sager with 2. Cross ice feed to Flom. He kicks the puck in up the right wing boards. The fives get tangled up. Flom again. Back to Chris Sager, top of the zone. Floated in close. Olensky trying to tip it past Klein, but again, slamming the door. Sean Klein flashes the leather with 18 seconds to go. Oh my goodness. This save worth another look, to say the absolute least. And the Blue Hens win the attacking zone draw, but Kramer gave the puck away. Kenna's got 10 seconds to go. Kramer held the point. Kenna took the puck back. Last pass to McInch doesn't connect, and we are headed to a shootout. At the conclusion of overtime, the score remains Delaware 4, Rider 4. And we now settle the score with a 3-player shootout. "65 minutes of hockey. Leaving this match unresolved. Ryder will shoot first. Their first shooter is number 16, Anthony Prunty. And up the left side, stutter step. And Williams with the save. Shooting first for Delaware, number 14, Brian Kramer. The New Jerseyan, with one of Delaware's 4 goals tonight, puts on the brakes. Tried to go glove side on Klein, but Klein got enough of it to make the save. Shooting second for Ryder, number 74, Alex Blazak. And Blazak scores. Shooting second for Delaware, number 11, Brendan Stam. This to bring the Hens back level. Stam, left side, tries to go top shelf, and he scores. Shooting third for Ryder, number 15, Matthew Tavares. Tavares from in front of the Delaware bench comes in right side, bobbled the puck, but he lofts it over Williams and in. Shooting third for Delaware, number 28, Chris Sager. Sager brought Delaware back to level with a pair of third period goals. Can he do it again? No. The final score via shootout. Rider University Bronx 5. Delaware Blue Hens 4. Final shots on goal. Rider 24, Delaware 41. And for the 5th year in a row, the Bronx and the Blue Hens battle to a split. Fans, it's time for the 3 stars of the game presented by Sid's Barbecue and Jerky. Tonight's number 3 star with a goal and 2 assists for Ryder, number 29, Joel Shriver. The number 2 star with 2 goals for Delaware, number 28, Chris Sager. And the number 1 star of the game, backstopping Ryder to victory with 37 saves, number 30, Sean Klein. And that will do it for us here on the Delaware Hockey Network, as the Ryder Bronx edge forward through the middle period and keep the Blue Hens just enough at bay for a narrow 5-4 win over Delaware. A look back at Matthew Tavares' game-winning goal in the shootout, lofting the puck over Williams in the 3rd round, and then Klein slamming the door on Chris Sager to seal a 5-4 Ryder win on this Sunday night. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you soon here on the Delaware Hockey Network.